What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting to you from the D. And let's talk about the Tate brothers. They found themselves being charged again with more crimes involving trafficking. And I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about this, honestly. I'm pretty indifferent about the Tate brothers. I don't have any feelings about them, really. I don't like them. I don't dislike them. They're just kind of guys that are around. I've heard lots of soundbite clips of them. A lot of it I agree with. A lot of it I don't agree with. So I'm just kind of indifferent when it comes to them. The news report said that they were being charged with human trafficking among several other things, and it called them far-right influencers, and I thought that was just ridiculous. Far-right influencers, really? It was, where I heard that come from, it was Inside Edition. Now, I've seen this report from multiple different sources, but Inside Edition specifically threw that out there, far-right influencers, and I immediately thought, is this one of those, like, super leftist, feminist fueled outlets? Because if it is, you can't ever get objectivity from these types, because they hate men. They hate masculine men especially. So I'm not saying these guys are innocent, but if you have men who are innocent, I mean, in this case, we don't know, okay? But if you have men that are innocent of anything, and they're being simply accused of something, the tone that they're going to give in the report, if it's one of these leftist, ball-busting, feminist, man-hating type outlets, the tone that they're going to give is that, yeah, they did that stuff, So that's kind of the vibe that I was getting from here. Listen, you're innocent until proven guilty. People could be like, oh, I've heard this, I've heard that, I've seen this, I've seen that. Nothing's ever really been proven when it comes to them. So, I mean, you can have your feelings about them, you can have your hunches, but nothing's really been proved. Remember, not too long ago in Romania, they got arrested and kept for a long time. And then they finally got released, and they were on house arrest for a long time. They, like, really got jammed up over there. Personally, I think Romania is a bit on the corrupt side, and I didn't understand why they were using Romania as a base of operations. It seemed like everything was good over there until it wasn't. Now, I don't know if they were once greasing the right palms and now stopped, and that's what was causing these sudden charges, them to be getting run through the ringer. I don't know, but I personally would never live in Romania. I mean, just no. I mean, people say never, but no, it's too corrupt for me. I mean, you could say America is too, but it's different dealing with the corruption that you know versus the corruption that you don't know. So yeah, I'll stay put. But the Tate brothers, they're very influential, and some people hate them just simply for that. Some of the things that they talk about becoming the best version of yourself, getting your money up, getting in shape, these sorts of things. You have to have your heart broken once to kind of evolve and all that. I don't really disagree with these messages, because if you're a man, you've experienced some of this stuff firsthand. A lot of the rhetoric that they regurgitate, they're not the first to say it. They're just the most famous, if you will, to say some of these things. But I don't know. We got these new things in UK, and I don't know how this is gonna play out. They claim that the charges come from some new evidence that they've come up with. Just, I don't know. I don't have the faith that I once did in the justice system, and I know that this is UK, but I'm gonna just use America as an example. Remember when Trump announced that he was running for president? Suddenly, all these charges were being levied against him, and they were swearing that it was about justice when it really wasn't. It was absolutely politics. If a man is guilty of these things you allege, and no one is above the law, why was the timing what it was? You had 4 years of the other guy being in office to go after him for these alleged things, and you didn't. The moment he makes the announcement officially that he's going to run, now all these charges. So that whole thing, it just was really shady and really shook my faith and belief in the justice system, to where when you have people that are supposed to uphold the law moving so, shakily, all right, when you have them moving this way, and they're supposed to be the people that uphold the law, and they're behaving like criminals themselves, it just doesn't give me a lot of faith in the system itself. Now, I know a few bad apples, it could be isolated, but no, it just makes me feel like these are the bad apples that expose themselves, and there's plenty more within the links of the system that just haven't revealed themselves. UK, I don't believe to be any difference. Probably some politician over there or someone in law enforcement that they want to make a name for themselves by going after the Tate brothers. I could be wrong, but let's just keep it a buck here. If you're that prosecutor and you go after the Tate brothers and you manage to convict them, what does that do for your career? All right, that is going to be an enormous boost to one's career. So it's just really hard to tell when it comes to men in prominent positions and quote unquote justice suddenly coming for them. It just be really hard to tell the motivation of it, if this is something legit or just somebody trying to give themselves a political boost, one way or another. I guess I'll just see how it plays out, but there you go. As of right now, we don't know a whole lot about this. We just know that they've been charged in UK for these various different crimes. As far as I know, neither one of them has really spoken out about it. That's probably for the best. They just get quiet and not speak on it at all, which I know is hard for them to do because they're kind of public figures and people ask them a lot of questions or whatever, but they're gonna have to figure out a way to be like, we're not gonna talk about this and that. I'm gonna leave it there though, y'all. Hit me with a like if you like what I do, hit me with a sub if you like what I do, and hit me in the comments. I'll let y'all. Peace.